So we've moved to the full-bodied and powerful corner of our flavor map. I'm going to talk a little bit about Shiraz. Or is it Syrah? Or is it Shiraz? Can get quite confusing. Now, Shiraz and Syrah are exactly the same grape. Let's start with Syrah. Syrah and Shiraz are the same, but the French, where the grape originates from, prefer to call it Syrah. Syrah comes from the south of France in the Rhone Valley. In the northern Rhone, it's a beautiful single varietal wine that's made, whereas in the southern Rhone, it's often paired or blended with Grenache to make beautiful Rhone blends. I think the big difference between Syrah and Shiraz is the style in which they're made. In France, you often find this more elegant, lovely red fruits, almost sometimes I find like a powerful version of Pinot Noir. They really are ethereal, beautiful wines to drink. Then we look at the New World, where the New World sort of throws old world rules out the window and has a very hot sun, usually in the southern hemisphere. So our Australian friends took this grape, Syrah, and made it their own. The same grape became Shiraz, slightly differently named, and it's a lot more full-bodied in style. It typically has a wonderful affinity to oak also, but you're talking dark fruits, you're talking spices coming from the oak, you're talking lovely tobacco notes. It's just a totally different experience and a much more of an assault on the senses. In South Africa, I think we're quite fortunate to sometimes bridge the gap between that old world style and the new world style. A lot of our Shiraz has that wonderful elegance of the old world because we often are using older oak barrels and doing some fun things in the cellar in terms of old wine production techniques. But then we also have that Southern African sun and beautiful ancient soils which give that lovely dark fruit and intensity of flavor. So we do tend to get the best of both worlds. So Shiraz, Syrah, the best thing for you to do is to read the label. Some South African wines will name themselves Syrah, and then you know that they are certainly attempting to be more on the elegance scale. If they're named Shiraz proudly, we can expect maybe something a little bit more full-bodied. And if it's a full-bodied wine, then you can really go all out in your barbecue, your braai meals with smoky meats would go beautifully with this lovely smoky, licoricey, dark fruited wine. And then if you sometimes tend towards more of a medium-bodied style of Syrah, which you can get, then maybe you would want something a little bit less powerful, less intense. Maybe a lovely ostrich fillet or turkey or a lighter style of red meat would go very well with that. So make sure you do your homework, but remember, Syrah and Shiraz, it's the same grape. It can be made in different styles. Good luck.